and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments, the only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Shry Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Shry Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
The story of the United States has been written for centuries. Penned by millions of authors, written in every language, from every perspective. With every chapter as unique as our people and our land. Our story is one made up of many. Find yours in the USA.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
We going big. Throw it down. We're gonna really live. Let's go all out. Let's go all out. You know it's gonna get loud. 'Cause we getting down.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire Tablet with just a few clicks.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
culinary arts, auditor, a firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official, just go for it.
Take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Four teams entered, only 2 teams remain. Welcome back to Ken White Field here in Waleska, Georgia. The NAIA opening round championship game between the #1 seed, the host institution, the Reinhardt Eagles, taking on the 4th seeded Keiser Seahawks. Should be a whole lot of fun for this contest. First, we'll meet the 2 teams. First, the 4 seed, the Keiser Seahawks, hailing from West Palm Beach, Florida, coached by Brooke Fordyce. They are a representative of the Sun Conference. They were the Sun Conference tournament runner-up, falling to Southeastern, the #1 ranked team in the country, 8-4. Keiser making their first NAIA opening round appearance since 2022. And interestingly enough, they lost 11-6 to Reinhardt to end that season. The Seahawks looking to make their 3rd appearance in the NAIA World Series, and they will need to defeat the Reinhardt Eagles to get there. And now the #1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, 40-16 coming into this game, coming from Waleska, Georgia, coached by the Appalachian Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, Jonathan Burton. They are the reigning Appalachian Athletic Conference regular season champions. They fell just short of a sweep of the conference championships in the AAC, losing 5-4 against Tennessee Wesleyan. Reinhardt, they're in the midst of their 4th consecutive NAIA opening round appearance, but trying to make their first World Series since 2018. That 2018 World Series appearance, right now the only one in school history. The man on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles is number 33, Adam Christopher. Christopher making his 12th appearance of the season. This will be his 5th start as well, and he will be tasked with slowing down an offense in Keiser that has shown up and shown out in the last 2 games. They hung 13 runs on the board against Jessup and 15 against Point Park. So Keiser in a nice rhythm offensively. We'll see if that continues. And the leadoff man for the Seahawks, the outfielder, number 6, Seth Lucero. Christopher's pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 1. That knots up the count at 1 apiece. Seth Lucero batting .338 this season with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. And Lucero pops this one up to left field, and it will be corralled by Adrian Vargas. That's the first out here in this opening round championship game. So with Lucero retired, we will have a chance to get our first look at Pablo Ruiz this game. Ruiz coming into today with a .330 batting average, a team leading 16 home runs and 56 RBIs. Ruiz actually hit his 17th home run in the first game of today's contest. A big-time solo shot that allowed Keiser to continue pouring it on against Point Park. An absolute dominant performance from the Seahawks to earn their way to this position. Christopher with the pitch. It's popped up by Ruiz. Tucker Zadunik, the outfielder, is tracking it, and he will corral it for out number 2. So the outfielders flashing a little bit of leather in the early stages for the Reinhardt Eagles. First it was Vargas out in left field, and there's Zadunik in right field. 2 outs on the board for Reinhardt. And we will get a look at the DH, Seth Grinberg. Grinberg batting .339 this year with 10 home runs and 47 RBIs. Pardon, Simon Grinberg. This is a Keiser team that started the year off as one of the best teams in the country. They were 14-2 through their first 16 games. Found a little bit of trouble, some murky waters in the midpoint of their season. They went 9-15 in conference play. They needed to have a strong showing in the Sun Conference tournament just to earn their way to the NAIA opening round. And they were able to do so, knocking off the Weber International Warriors, a team that was ranked in the top 10 the entirety of the season, a team that earned a number 1 seed in their own NAIA opening round region. They knocked off Weber, came up just short against the Southeastern Fire. Swing and miss there for strike 3 and out number 3. That retires the side. Strong start to the outing from Christopher. We've remained scoreless here in Waleska. As we get set to shift gears here, going into the bottom of the first inning. Right now, scoreless here in Waleska, and the man on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks is number 17, Danny Galvan. Galvan is going to make his 2nd appearance here in the NAIA opening round. Comes into this game with a .454 ERA. This will be his 17th appearance of the season and his 16th start, sporting a 6-5 record. He will have no start more important than this one right here. The Keiser Seahawks trying to fight their way into the NAIA World Series, trying to crash the party against the home team, the Reinhardt Eagles. Now, overcoming adversity has been a theme for Keiser over the course of this season, and specifically over the course of this week. Keiser started off their NAIA opening round journey against this team, the Reinhardt Eagles, falling just short 6-4. They were down 5 runs to none going into the 8th inning, and a late rally very nearly toppled the Eagles in game 1. They were able to find a way to defeat Jessup after that, 13-10, down 10-7 going into the 8th. Put up a 6 spot in the 8th inning to survive and move on. And then a dominant performance against Point Park leads us to where we are today. The leadoff man for the Reinhardt Eagles is number 10, Jared Burney. Burney, a first-team all-conference selection, a 3-time all-conference selection for Coach Burton's squad. Burney thought about swinging at that one, thinks better of it for ball number 1. Burney batting .371 this season. He's hit 7 home runs and 43 RBIs, 82 hits on the year, second on the team. And Burney chops this one. It's collected. The throw is made to first in time for out number 1. So down goes Burney, and now coming up to the plate, the second baseman, Marcerio Allen. Number 3, Marcerio Allen, batting .342 this year for the Reinhardt Eagles. He's hit for 27 RBIs. He has 40 hits on the year. Allen, in addition to Coach Burton's squad that has made an impact all season long, earned his way into everyday player status for the Reinhardt Eagles, someone that they must have on the field, not just for his ability at the plate, but also for his defensive prowess as well. Count now is 1-0. The pitch is a strike from Galvan. Now the Reinhardt Eagles, they survived a scare against Keiser on day 1. Day 2 was much kinder to the home team. Reinhardt routing Point Park 15-7, a game that they were never seriously challenged, as Allen lifts this one deep out to left center field, and it's going to be corralled by the left fielder Di Clemente for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 30, Nash Kroll.
So down goes Allen, now coming up to the plate, Nash Kroll. Kroll, the first baseman, one of the very best power hitters in the entire country, batting .356 this season with a team leading 22 home runs. He's tied with the team lead, 68 RBIs on the season. And Reinhardt, a dominant offensive performance against Point Park, the exact type of performance they have been looking to see from their team throughout the postseason. Kroll fouls this one off near the Reinhardt dugout. Kroll was a big reason why Reinhardt was able to have so much success yesterday against Point Park. Hit 2 doubles and a home run. Right now facing a 1-1 count. Kroll fouls this one off yet again near the Reinhardt dugout. Now the count is 1-2. The task for Keiser is going to be to slow down this middle portion of the lineup for the Reinhardt Eagles. Nash, Kroll, and as we'll see later on today, Tucker Zadunik and Dylan Lewis. Kroll rips this one in the left field. It's going to drop, and that's a single for Nash Kroll. He continues his hot streak, a single to get himself on base. So now Reinhardt vying for a 2-out rally with the right fielder Tucker Zadunik coming up to the plate. Zadunik, all-conference selection for the Reinhardt Eagles. He is a former All-American as well, multiple-time all-conference selection. Hitting .351 this year with 16 home runs and 55 RBIs. And Zadunik hits this one, and it goes right into the hands of the second baseman, Verrier, and that will end the inning. No scores so far. Both teams vying. We'll see who will capture the momentum and strike first in the NAIA opening round championship.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Going into the second inning, still scoreless here in Waleska, Georgia. Keiser Seahawks, Reinhardt Eagles. Now coming up to the plate for Keiser, the left fielder, Kenny DiClemente. Clemente batting .268 going into today. Swings and misses there for strike number one. DiClemente has 5 home runs on the season, 35 RBIs as well. And he's a guy for the Seahawks. I consider him a swing player, a guy that when he's playing well at the plate, it transforms this Keiser Seahawk team into a very dangerous offensive club. He swings and misses again for strike 2. DiClemente has been very productive for Keiser in the NAIA opening round. He has hits in each of their first 3 games, had multiple hits in that first game as well against Reinhardt. We'll see what he can do here. Christopher's pitch called off the plate for ball number 1. Count is 1-2. The pitch from Christopher, a grounder, and it's going to go just foul. And that one flirting with the line a little bit and ends up overstepping its boundaries, going on the wrong side of it. Now, both teams have plenty of offensive firepower, so there's going to be a ton of pressure on these pitchers to try to slow things down for them. Last thing you want is to be on the wrong side of a flurry. Christopher's pitch is low for ball 2. We've seen these teams and their capability of being able to post runs in bunches. They can get hot, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Swing and miss by Kenny DiClemente for strike 3. 2 consecutive strikeouts for Adam Christopher. So Adam Christopher rings up another strikeout. Coming up to the plate for the Seahawks, the first baseman, Jamonte Woods. Jamonte Woods for the season, entering today batting .376 with 60 RBIs and 11 home runs. Will make that 12 home runs because Woods was able to hit another one in the game earlier today against Point Park. Jamonte Woods in the NAIA opening round has been sensational. He's hit 4 home runs for the Keiser Seahawks. Now, Jamonte Woods is a former member of the Point Skyhawks baseball team, a team that the Reinhardt Eagles know very well. They played against Point in a series last season. Jamonte Woods was absolutely sensational, hit multiple home runs over the course of that series. He's been a thorn in the side of the Reinhardt Eagles over the course of his college career. Right now trying to reprise his role as an Eagle killer here today. Right now the count is 2-1. Christopher with the pitch outside for ball number 3. That pitch also outside and off the plate for ball 4, and Jamonte Woods is going to get the free pass to first. So a man on board for the Keiser Seahawks for the first time today. Palmer Hutchinson, the third baseman, coming up to the plate. Hutchinson batting .274 this season. He's hit 12 home runs and 59 RBIs. Palmer Hutchinson, also a guy that's very capable of going on hot streaks for the Keiser Seahawks. Had a stretch in the middle of the year for them where he looked virtually unstoppable. Hutchinson just clips that one with the tip of his bat, facing an 0-2 count. Now, Adam Christopher made an appearance for Reinhardt during the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament, stepped up for them in a start and performed very well. So you can tell that that performance definitely inspired confidence in him from the coaching staff. Coach Burton trusting him in a very big-time situation for his team. Reinhardt just one win away from clinching their first NAIA World Series appearance since 2018. Christopher deals outside and low for ball 2. Now, of note for the Keiser Seahawks, in 2 of their 3 games here this week, they started off very slow offensively, not getting many hits to note. Went scoreless in the first 3 innings in their game against Jessup. They went scoreless for 7 innings in a row against Reinhardt. Hutchinson lifts this one deep out to left field, and Adrian Vargas is going to corral that one for out number 2. And with the stakes being so high in a game like this, you can tell every time the ball is hit hard, the crowd is going to have a reaction. You can hear some oohs and ahs from the fans in the stands after that one. Instead, it harmlessly falls into the glove of Adrian Vargas for out number 2. Now at the plate, Andrew Almendarez. As this pitch goes for a strike from Christopher. Almendarez batting .304 this season with 25 RBIs and 4 home runs. Almendarez, another player who's been very strong for Keiser here in the NAIA opening round. And he hits this one. It will make its way in the left field. Almendarez is safe at first. Jamonte Woods now in the scoring position at second. Almendarez with the single. 2 men on for the Keiser Seahawks. We'll get our first look at Dylan Simons, the backstop for Keiser. Simons, it's been a bit of a struggle for him offensively this year, batting .167. Does have 5 RBIs on the season. Hasn't been utilized that much. This is only his 61st plate appearance of the year. Right now, a golden chance for the Seahawks to potentially strike first in this NAIA opening round championship game. That last pitch, a strike from Adam Christopher. So Christopher was able to handle Keiser's lineup with ease in the beginning of this game. We'll see now with 2 men on board, can he get himself out of this situation? 2 consecutive strikes thrown from Adam Christopher. Looking to retire the side with 1 more strike. Simons looking to keep the Seahawks alive and potentially drive in a run. That pitch a bit outside and off the plate for ball number 1. And so much tension between these 2 teams. They played a great game earlier this week. Both been through so much to get to this point. Counts 1-2. That pitch is low for ball number 2. Simons is going to watch that one, and it goes for ball number 3. A full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A strike retires the side. A ball keeps this half inning alive. Something has to give. The 3-2 from Christopher. It's low for ball number 4. Simons is going to make his way to first. The bases are now loaded for the Keiser Seahawks with Cam Verrier, the second baseman, coming up to the plate.
He's running to Keiser at first, number 11, Reinhardt. And brings up the second baseman, number 3, Cam Verrier.
Darian Howard has entered as a pinch runner for the Seahawks. He's now at first. Howard, a native of Atlanta, Georgia, so a bit of a homecoming for him back in his home state. Played his high school ball at Pace Academy. And he is a transfer from Louisiana State University, better known as LSU. Bases loaded for the Keiser Seahawks, 2 outs on the board. Verrier a chance to help the Seahawks strike first blood. 2 consecutive pitches thrown from Christopher. So this AB starting very similar for him. We'll see if he's going to be able to get that last strike or if he can force that final out. A grounder. Allen retrieves it, makes the throw to second in time, and that will retire the side. Seahawks leave 3 runners stranded. Still scoreless here in Waleska with the Eagles getting ready to head to the plate.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
The DH, number 8, Dylan Lewis.
Shifting gears to the bottom of the second inning. Reinhardt and Keiser deadlocked. No runs scored so far. At the plate for the Eagles, the DH, Dylan Lewis. Swing and miss there from Lewis in strike number 1. Dylan Lewis has been one of the best bats in the country for the Reinhardt Eagles. Batting .422 this season. Tied with the team lead, 68 RBIs. Second on the team with 21 home runs. Lewis, 84 hits on the year. He is in the top 20 in the country in batting average. Lewis clips this one and fouls it off near the Reinhardt dugout. Galvan remains on the mound for Keiser. Plenty of talent up and down this Eagle lineup. Galvan is going to be tasked with slowing this very potent group down. Of course, the same can be said for Adam Christopher going up against a phenomenal Keiser lineup as well. Count is 2-2. Lifted by Lewis. Deep out to center field. It's going back. It's going back. It's going back. And it bounces off of the wall. Lewis making his way to second base. And he is safe at second. The wall is 400 feet dead center, folks. And I believe Dylan Lewis hit that one 400 feet exactly. Bounces right off the wall in center field. And he's on board with an extra base hit. Lead-off double for the Reinhardt Eagles. That brings up the left fielder, Adrian Vargas. Vargas batting .335 this season. He's hit 4 home runs and 34 RBIs. And another new addition to the team for Coach Burton's squad that has definitely stepped up and made his presence felt here in Waleska. He's found a way to contribute in multiple ways for the Eagles and has stepped up every time they needed him. Nice pitch there from Galvan and strike 1. A grounder by Vargas, and it's going to make its way into right field. He's safe at first. Dylan Lewis getting himself in a threatening position from third. Runners at the corners for the Reinhardt Eagles. 2 consecutive hits for Reinhardt. They have a chance here to get themselves on the board. It's going to be the first time that we see the shortstop, Luis Mendoza, for this game. And you can hear the dugout adorning him with a chant. They're saying Lou. Those aren't boos. They're saying Lou. Mendoza coming into this game with a .336 batting average. He's hit 7 home runs this year with 38 RBIs. Lou clips that one. Fouls it off. Counts now 0-1. And Mendoza's gained a reputation over the course of this year as one of the best clutch batters on this Reinhardt roster. Stepped up in big-time moments for the Eagles all season long. Swings and misses there for strike number 2. Probably the highlight of the season for Mendoza came during that series against Southeastern, coming up big on multiple occasions as Reinhardt took down the #1 ranked team in the country in that series 2-1. Mendoza hits this one and makes his way into left field. Lewis is going to score, and Luis Mendoza coming up big again for the Eagles with a big-time RBI single. So after that single, Dylan Lewis able to step on home plate. Reinhardt striking first. They're up 1-0. And the backstop, Matty Maurer, now at the plate for Reinhardt. Maurer batting .314 this year. He's hit 6 home runs and 32 RBIs. And a bunt. He lays this one down near first base. Jamonte Woods retrieves it and steps on the bag. But runners will advance. So a sacrifice there from Matty Maurer, getting 2 runners in the scoring position. Jamel Ruckert coming up to the plate. Ruckert, the center fielder, batting .254 this season. He was phenomenal in Reinhardt's game against Point Park yesterday. Had 2 huge hits, 3 RBIs, one of the best games of the season for Ruckert. He has a .254 batting average, but has one of the highest on-base percentages on the team at .516. And Ruckert hits this one, and it goes just on the wrong side of the line and foul. He's very athletic, one of the fastest base runners in the country. So a ball hit into the infield is not an automatic out. He has routinely beat tags at first. Galvan dealing outside off the plate for ball number 2. And that one inside of Ruckert, he felt like he had to turn his shoulders to get out the way of that one. The umpire felt that that was a little bit of embellishment on his part. It's strike number 2. So the count knotted up at 2 apiece. Just 1 out on the board for Reinhardt. And did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3 and out number 2 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. First strikeout of the game for Galvan. And back to the top of the Eagle order we go with the leadoff man, Jared Burney. Burney grounded out in his first plate appearance of this game. That pitch outside, good take from Burney, and ball 1. Now Reinhardt, they're a 1 seed. They've had a very unique path to earning that 1 seed. Bernie hits this one. It makes his way into left field. Vargas is going to score. Mendoza hustling, and he's going to score as well. Jared Burney, he's caught up in a bit of a situation along the base paths, and he's going to get tagged out. So Jared Burney gets tagged out. He was in between first and second. Nonetheless, 2 more runs scoring for Reinhardt, and they now lead 3-0 going into the 3rd inning.
And the Seahawks.
Going into the 3rd inning, the Reinhardt Eagles, the 1 seed, ahead of the 4 seed, the Keiser Seahawks, 3-0. Keiser looking to get themselves on the board as we make our way back to the top of their batting order. Seth Lucero, the outfielder, back at the plate. Adam Christopher remains on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles. It's been a strong start to the outing for him thus far, only surrendering 1 hit through those first 2 innings. And this is more reminiscent of the Keiser team that we saw in those first 2 games of the NAIA opening round. Offense starting slow. Lucero pops this one up, and it's going to go over the stands and foul. But this is more reminiscent of the team that we saw in those first 2 games. Keiser was able to buck that trend in the last game that they played, their victory against Point Park earlier today. Their offense started fast, and they remained hot for the entirety of the game. Swing and miss from Lucero there, and strike number 2. They started that game with 6 runs in the first 2 innings. They put a ton of pressure on Point Park early, and the Pioneers just never recovered. Right now, Reinhardt an early advantage. Christopher trying to do his best to keep them ahead. Lucero's going to pop this one up in the right field. Tucker Zadunik corrals it. Lucero flying out for the 2nd time today. Pablo Ruiz, the center fielder at the plate. Ruiz flew out to left field in his first plate appearance of the game. Also, something about Keiser's lineup, and I'm sure this isn't exclusive to them. This is something that is the case for a lot of different teams as Ruiz swings and misses for strike 1. They are very talented, but sometimes with their slow starts, it may put them behind the 8 ball in certain situations. They started slow in the Sun Conference Championship game against Southeastern. They were able to get their bats working later on in that contest, but they could not dig themselves out of the hole that they created. So right now, they don't want to wait too long to get going in this game. They want to try their best to tack on some runs here in the 3rd. Pitch from Christopher, outside and out of the zone for ball number 2. They also can't afford to wait around because this is an elimination game for Keiser. Reinhardt, if Reinhardt loses, they will have one more chance as this one is hit and it's going to bounce off the wall in left field. A single for Pablo Ruiz. That was well hit. He was not able to climb that left field wall in Reinhardt's field. He's safe for a single and gets on base. Simon Grinberg back at the plate. Grinberg struck out in his last at bat. But the Seahawks cannot afford to wait too long to get going. It took them 7 innings before their bats really made some noise in their first game against Reinhardt. Right now, the Eagles already with 5 hits in this game, 3 runs scored, as there's going to be a check-in at first base. Christopher trying to keep Ruiz at bay. Pablo Ruiz hasn't really shown much of a propensity to steal, but he's going to try to steal there. The ball is going to leak into center field. Now Ruiz is making his way to third. So just as I was going to say, Pablo Ruiz hasn't really shown much of that propensity to steal throughout the NAIA opening round. He shows off the wheels there. He has 24 stolen bases on the season, but none this week. Well, that's 2 for Pablo Ruiz in this game. He's now threatening from third. The count at the plate is 1-1. A grounder, but it's going to go foul near Keiser's dugout. Counts now 1-2. A man on third base for the Keiser Seahawks. A great chance for them to get themselves on the board. And with 1 out on the board, the sack is definitely in play for Keiser. If all else fails, just hit it as far and as deep into the outfield as you can to drive in a run. The pitch from Christopher, a grounder. It's secured by Mendoza. He throws it to first. Kroll's able to stay on the bag. That's out number 2, but a run is going to score for the Keiser Seahawks. Keiser gets themselves on the board after that sacrifice grounder from Grinberg. Score is now 3-1 in favor of the Reinhardt Eagles. And coming up to the plate, Kenny DiClemente. DiClemente struck out in his first at-bat. DiClemente has been productive for Keiser over the course of this week. Seahawks hoping that holds true in this matchup against the number 1 seed. That pitch a bit low for ball number 1. Keiser still trailing by 2 runs. Good pitch there from Christopher. Perfect placement for strike number 2. One more strike to retire the side. That's all Adam Christopher needs. Can he get that here? It's popped up. Center field. Jamel Ruckert is going to come down with it. That's out number 3, retiring the Seahawks. Keiser getting on the board. They still trail. Reinhardt ahead. 3-1.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live. All from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
3, Marcelio Allen.
Shifting gears to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-seeded Reinhardt Eagles ahead of the 4-seeded Keiser Seahawks. 3-1. Marcelio Allen is going to lead things off for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 3rd. Galvan remains on the mound for Keiser, and he throws a strike. Count now 0-1. Marcelio Allen flew out to left field in his last plate appearance. 0-1 so far today. Swings and misses there for strike number 2. That pitch a bit inside. Allen getting out of the way of that one. Goes for ball number 1. Did Allen go? No, he did not. And he tosses the bat. Seems like he may have thought that they got a piece of his arm. Umpire's telling him to make his way back into the batter's box. He's going to plead his case. Allen was well on his way to first. Looks back and the umpire is telling him to make his way back to his post. So he will ready and re-enter the batter's box. Count is knotted up at 2 apiece. And Allen lifts this one in the left center field, and it will be corralled. That's the left fielder, Kenny DiClemente, making the play. DiClemente flashing the leather there. Allen flying out for the second time today. Back at the plate for Reinhardt, number 30, Nash Kroll. Kroll, one of the more dangerous bats in the entire country, already has a single. Kroll, that was hit high. It's far going back, and that one disappears into the trees. A no-doubter, a home run from Nash Kroll. A solo shot, and the Reinhardt Eagles take a 4-1 lead. That was an absolute no-doubter from Nash Kroll. A moonshot. And that one made its way into the trees. It flew into the air and then suddenly it disappeared. If anyone is outside walking around in the forest behind us, then maybe they'll stumble upon that baseball. They'll get themselves a souvenir. Nash Kroll, his second home run in the NAIA opening round, his 22nd of the year. Tucker Zadunik pops this one up in the left field, and it's going to go foul. So a correction, that's actually Nash Kroll's 23rd home run this season. So that extends his team lead. The game within the game for the Reinhardt Eagles has been who's going to finish in the team lead for home runs. Him and Dylan Lewis have gone back and forth all season long. Lewis hit a home run yesterday to tie him up at 21. Kroll responded with his own home run shot to pull back ahead with 22. They're putting a little distance between himself and Lewis with his 23rd home run of the year. Zadunik swings and misses for strike number 2. The count is knotted up at 2 apiece. So Nash Kroll had 3 hits yesterday with a home run. Right now he's 2 for 2 with another home run bomb. Zadunik thought about swinging at that one, thinks better of it. Count is now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Danny Galvan with the 3-2. Zadunik hits this one. It makes its way into right center. He's safe at first. Zadunik keeping the momentum going for Reinhardt at the plate. So this is the part of the lineup where things can get tricky for pitchers going up against Reinhardt. That 3, 4, and 5 group of Kroll, Zadunik, and Lewis, very dangerous. It seems like we're going to have a conference on the mound, and Danny Galvan's day is over. Galvan's day is done, surrendering 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Did have a strikeout in this one, but the Reinhardt Eagles flexing their offensive muscle in the early part of this game. Seahawks going in a different direction. So a pitching change has been made for the Keiser Seahawks. Danny Galvan's day is done. And now on the mound for Keiser, number 37, it's Truett Todd. Todd making his 5th appearance of the year. Each of his appearances coming in relief. He's pitched in 6 innings so far this season. He's surrendered 10 hits on the year. And he has an ERA of 9. So he's being trusted by Coach Fordyce and this team to slow this Reinhardt lineup down. And he has the unenviable task of going up against Dylan Lewis, who's been one of the best bats in the entire country all season long. Lewis already has things working for him right now as well, as he led things off with a double earlier in this game. But this is that part of the lineup where things can get very difficult to maintain and to handle. Kroll, such a great bat. We see there tremendous power. Tucker Zdunek, he's earned All-American recognition in his career. He's a 3-time All-Conference selection. And then Dylan Lewis, somebody who will surely make some All-American teams this year. Just a difficult trio to contain. All 3 of them hit home runs against Point Park yesterday. Now Lewis is coming up to the plate. Eagles ahead right now, 4-1, just 1 out on the board. But this can't be a comfortable place for them as Lewis swings and misses for strike 1. This can't be a comfortable spot for them to be in just yet, because we know that Keiser is capable of putting up runs in bunches. We've seen it throughout this year. We've seen it throughout this week. So the onus is on Reinhardt to continue to add runs to their total, continue to put pressure on the Seahawks. The bats are definitely in a nice rhythm for Reinhardt right now. Lewis is going to hit this one. It goes right to Hutchinson. He makes a throw, double play, chance for Keiser, and they will be able to turn 2, and that will end the inning. 5-6-3 double play for the Seahawks. And after 3, the 1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, leading 4-1. Moving to the 4th inning, the Reinhardt Eagles ahead, 4-1, leading things off for Keiser, a guy who has been a thorn in Reinhardt's side for years. Jamonte Woods now at the plate. First baseman was walked in his previous plate appearance. Jamonte Woods was able to hit a home run against Reinhardt earlier this week. Hits this one foul near the Keiser dugout. But to an earlier point that I was making, the Reinhardt Eagles, a unique path to a number 1 seed this season. They had a very difficult stretch of games in non-conference play. They played a few games against LSU Shreveport, as this one is lifted by Woods deep out to center field. Jamel Ruckert is going to corral it for out number 1. And everybody waiting with bated breath to see what was going to happen with that one. The Keiser fans so used to seeing Woods delivering these big moments, and the Reinhardt fans also used to seeing Woods deliver against their team. Right there, it's a fly out to center field. Hutchinson, the third baseman, coming up to the plate. But the Eagles played against LSU Shreveport, a team that earned a #1 seed in the NAIA opening round in a different region. They played against them in a few games earlier this year. They went up against a team in Tabor that was a top 25 squad. Also, a game against Cumberland's team that has just recently, as this one is grounded to Luis Mendoza, and he will make an errant throw to first. And that errant throw will allow Hutchinson to get himself into scoring position at second. So Luis Mendoza scooped that one up. The throw too high over the head of Nash Kroll. Hutchinson now in scoring position. The Eagles faced off against a Cumberland's team that has just recently punched their ticket to Lewiston, Idaho in the NAIA World Series. Reinhardt also going up against other great teams in non-conference play. Cumberland, Freed, Hardman. A few really nice squads. And Reinhardt, they were a bit up and down during their non-conference slate. They caught fire towards the end of it. And we were able to ask Coach Burton at one point this season, why did you schedule so many difficult non-conference games? And he said he did that to make his team battle-tested. This is popped up into the air, and Tucker Zadunik is going to make the play and hold Hutchinson at second. Almondera is flying out. Dylan Simons, the catcher, coming back up to the plate. He was walked in his first plate appearance. But Coach Burton from Reinhardt, he said that he wanted his team to be battle-tested. He wanted them to be ready to face off against high-caliber teams later in the season and in a postseason play. Reinhardt really established themselves as a national power with a 3-game sweep over Tennessee Wesleyan earlier this season. Tennessee Wesleyan, folks, they are a team that has had a firm grip of dominance over the Appalachian Athletic Conference for the better part of a decade. Reinhardt really showing the nation that they were going to be a force to be reckoned with the sweep against the Bulldogs. Swing and miss. Well, it seems like Simons was able actually to clip that, and the tag will be made at first for out number 3. So a quick 3 outs collected for the Reinhardt Eagles. They remain ahead 4-1.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
The fourth inning for the Eagles. Number 4, Adrian Vargas.
Now in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Reinhardt Eagles still ahead, 4-1. Adrian Vargas coming up to the plate. Truett Todd remains on the mound for the Seahawks. Todd entered during that last inning. Danny Galvan struggling a little bit to contain this Reinhardt lineup. Coach Fordyce hoping that Todd has better success. That pitch, a strike from Todd. Count is now 2-1. But Reinhardt was able to establish themselves as a national power with their sweep of Tennessee Wesleyan, and they punctuated their arrival with a series victory against the Southeastern Fire. Southeastern, since the beginning of the season, they have been ranked atop the NAIA top 25. As this pitch is low from Todd, and Vargas gets on board with the leadoff walk. Southeastern, they've been number 1 in the NAIA top 25 for most of this year. They were the 2022 World Series champions. They made another World Series appearance last year, coming just short of back-to-back titles. A Southeastern group that also figures to make another World Series appearance this year. They're heavy favorites to do so. And Reinhardt was able to beat them 2-3 in a series. And the teams and the fans and coaches that weren't paying attention to Reinhardt coming into the season definitely began to take notice after that. And we see Vargas making his way, but that one hit out to center field. It's going to be corralled. Now Vargas is going to have to retreat back to first, and he will get there. So Luis Mendoza flying out to center field. Vargas was trying to make his way into scoring position. Mendoza flying out. He remains at first. It's now Matty Maurer coming up to the plate. Maurer grounded out earlier in this game. His grounder can be considered a sacrifice, though. He was able to get 2 runners in the scoring position with that grounder. Runners shifting gears and shifting places. Maurer calling time. He's going to try to get a few extra seconds to get himself ready for this AB. Reinhardt was able to parlay that momentum into a strong conference season. They went 25-5 in the AAC, earning the regular season championship. This one dribbles off the ground. You can see Matty Maurer telling Vargas, no, stay at first, and that's what he will do. He stays put at first base. Count is 1-0. Reinhardt nearly swept the AAC conference crowns, coming 1 run short in the conference championship game against Tennessee Wesleyan. Nonetheless, Reinhardt, a well-earned #1 seed, going up against the Keiser group that has had their fair share of twists and turns throughout their season. That pitch low and inside, ball number 2. At this point in the postseason, it's all about overcoming adversity. Both of these teams have shown that they can and they will. This one gets past the catcher Simons. Vargas gets himself in the scoring position. And we're going to see Simons have a conference on the mound with his pitcher. He's just going to talk to him a little bit, probably going to try to calm him down. It's definitely a normal thing to be nervous in situations like these. It's a human emotion. Nervousness is a human emotion. You can't expect these guys to be robots and not feel those emotions. That's why you have teammates like Simons. He's trying to lift up his pitcher and keep him mentally in the fight. Todd's pitch is low for ball number 4, and Maurer's going to make his way to first. And we're going to have another visit to the mound, but this time it's going to include Coach Fordyce as well as the entire Seahawk infield. So it appears that Todd's day is done. Keiser Seahawks cycling through arms. They had to go through a few different guys over the course of this week. And right now, they're going to cycle through another one. Todd's going to make his way back to the dugout. And the Seahawks are going to try something new.
Welcome to the new era of brand promotion. Are you trying to find a way to make a splash? We understand that advertising isn't what it used to be. Things have changed. Advertising is both more dynamic and more engaging. Schrei Media keeps your brand not just seen, but remembered. In a world where staying relevant is key, we are your partners in staying top of mind.
So the day is done for Chua Todd, and now on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks, number 29, Cord Babcock. Cord Babcock making his 13th appearance of the season, his 9th in relief, has a 3-2 record, a 5.32 ERA. Babcock has pitched in a little bit over 23 innings this season. So now he comes out of the bullpen trying to help the Seahawks slow down this Reinhardt attack. Eagles look primed to add runs to their total. They're trying to stretch out their lead and push the Keiser Seahawks' backs firmly against the wall. There will be a pinch runner in the game for the Reinhardt Eagles. Jacob Prophet, one of the best base runners in the entire country. He's now at first. Prophet was among the nation's leaders in stolen bases the previous 2 seasons. So he's at first. Vargas is in scoring position at second as we get set to resume play. And now coming up to the plate for Reinhardt, it's going to be Jamel Ruckert. Jamel Ruckert struck out in his last plate appearance. He has been an on-base machine for the Reinhardt Eagles this year. Also is not afraid to play some small ball, so you have to wonder if that will be in play for him. Ruckert pops this one up into left center field. It's going to be corralled, but both runners will advance, but Vargas is tagged out at third. What a tremendous play by the center fielder, Ruiz. He threw that one on a rope to Hutchinson for out number 3. That will retire the side. Reinhardt held at bay in the 4th, yet they still lead 4-1.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
Number 3, 10.
Now in the 5th inning, Reinhardt 4, Keiser 1. Eagles in control right now, but can the Seahawks find their way back into this ball game? Leading things off here in the 5th is going to be Cam Verrier as he tries to lay down a bunt, and it's going to go foul. Verrier's 0 for 1 so far today. Grounded out in his only plate appearance in this game. Reinhardt Eagles look primed to add runs to their total there in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jamel Ruckert with a pop-up to center field, just trying to help the runners advance. Prophet was safe at second, but Vargas was cut down from third. A tremendous throw from Ruiz out in center field, making that play, and Hutchinson getting the tag out. And this one is popped up, and it's hit in the right field. Verrier's rounding first and headed to second. Verrier's going to make his way to second. A leadoff double for the Keiser Seahawks as they try to snatch momentum away from the Eagles. Verrier now 1 for 2 on the day as we make our way back to the top of the batting order for the Seahawks. Seth Lucero, the right fielder, now at the plate. Lucero flew out to left field in his first at-bat, flew out to right field in his second. Lucero pops this one up, and it's going to go foul over the net. Count is now 0-1. Pitch is low from Adam Christopher, ball number 1. And just in from the Lawrenceville region in the NAIA opening round, Georgia Gwinnett staving off elimination. They stay alive. They defeat Faulkner 16-3. Faulkner came into that game needing just one win to force themselves into the NAIA World Series, as this one is fouled off into the net. Georgia Gwinnett able to stay alive with a dominant victory. So it's going to be an if necessary game tomorrow out of Lawrenceville. Georgia Gwinnett and Faulkner, two of the very best programs in all of the NAIA, doing battle with a trip to the NAIA World Series on the line. That pitch is low and into the dirt from Christopher, and strike, ball number 2. So that's going to be a great game between those two national powers. Georgia Gwinnett and Faulkner are going to do battle to see who's going to make their way to the World Series and punch their ticket to Lewiston. Christopher deals. It's low for ball number 3 and a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. To this point, Adam Christopher has had a nice start to the outing. He's only given up 1 earned run. 3 hits so far in the game for the Keiser Seahawks. A grounder. Christopher tried to corral it, but Allen will do so. He makes the throw to first, and that's out number 1. However, the lead runner advancing to third base. So now Verrier threatening from third after the grounder from Lucero. Pablo Ruiz, the center fielder at the plate. And Coach Burton's going to have a visit to the mound. The entire infield will join him, and it would appear that Christopher will see his day come to an end. It looked like Coach Burton was pointing to the bullpen, and there will be a change made on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles. Adam Christopher's day is done, but he has absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. He stepped up in a major way for the Reinhardt Eagles, performed valiantly. Final stats across 4 1/3. 2 strikeouts for Christopher, gave up an earned run and 3 hits. So a great start from Adam Christopher. He comes in and gives the Eagles some valuable innings. And now a pitching change will be made. On the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 16, Alex Galvez. Alex Galvez will be making his 13th appearance of the season, his 3rd in relief. Galvez has started 10 games for Reinhardt as well. He's pitched in a little bit over 36 innings this season, sporting a 4-2 record and has a 3.19 ERA. There have been moments throughout the season that Alex Galvez has looked like one of the best pitchers, not just in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, but in the entire country. Alex Galvez, a reliable arm in the pitching staff for Coach Burton's team, and he turns to Galvez here as the Eagles are looking to keep this Keiser lineup at bay. They've done a nice job so far defensively. Fielding has been excellent for the Eagles thus far. Pitching was great by way of Adam Christopher. They'll try to keep that show going in the right direction as Galvez continues to warm up. Again, Reinhardt just 1 win away from their first NAIA World Series appearance since 2018. Meanwhile, Keiser trying to punch their ticket to the NAIA World Series for the 3rd time in program history. Pablo Ruiz will ready, and he will re-enter the batter's box. Ruiz is 1 for 2 so far today. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat, his second a single. First pitch of the game for Galvez, off the plate and outside for ball number 1. That Pitch inside for ball 2. Now Galvez is someone who normally starts games for the Reinhardt Eagles. He does not have a ton of experience coming out of the pen this year. That pitch inside for ball 3. Coach Burton turning to Galvez to try to help hold this Keiser lineup down. They've done a nice job to this point. That pitch, a strike from Galvez. Pablo Ruiz, 17 home runs on the season, .330 batting average. That pitch is high from Galvez for ball number 4. Ruiz is going to make his way to first. Runners at the corners for the Seahawks. The DH, Simon Grinberg, will make his way back up to the plate. Grinberg is 0 for 2 so far today. He does have an RBI by way of that sacrifice play that he had earlier. So with 2 men on, Grinberg represents the tying run. Keiser, they've had men on base on a few separate occasions in this game. Haven't been able to capitalize. As we're going to see Ruiz make his way to second, and he will get there. Maurer thought about making the throw, but ends up not doing so. Pablo Ruiz, after not getting a single stolen base in the NAIA opening round before this game, now 3 stolen bases in this game alone. Ruiz gets himself into scoring position. 2 runners in scoring position for the Keiser Seahawks. And that elevates the importance of this at-bat for Grinberg. Has a well-hit ball from Grinberg. Potentially can drive in 2 runs for the Seahawks, and they have a chance to inch even closer. Grinberg pops this one up, and it's going to go foul. So that's going to put a strike on the board. The count's now 2-1. Galvez has only thrown 1 strike so far. That pitch outside off the plate for ball number 3. Grinberg firmly ahead on the count, 3-1. The pitch, it gets past Maurer. Maurer does a nice job of retreating to collect it. That holds the runner at third, but it will be a 4th ball from Galvez. Base is now loaded for the Keiser Seahawks. A chance for Keiser to do some major damage here in this ball game. And Coach Burton is going to take out Alex Galvez. His day is done. So down goes Galvez, and now coming out for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 6, Kobe Allison. Allison making his 23rd appearance of the year, his 21st in relief. Allison sports a 7.42 ERA, and he got the start for Reinhardt in their game yesterday against Point Park. Did a nice job of slowing down a potent Point Park offensive attack. We'll see what kind of success Allison will have now when a bases loaded jam. Keiser Seahawks again looking primed to add runs to their total. They can make this situation very uncomfortable for the Reinhardt Eagles.
set.
So the pitching change has been made. Allison has had a chance to warm up, and now he readies. Bases loaded jam. Keiser, a great chance to put runs on the board. Allison looking to stop them from doing so. It's going to be Kenny DiClemente now at the plate. DiClemente struck out in his first at-bat, flew out to center field in his second. Swings and misses there for strike number one. Again, Kenny DiClemente, the swing player. Usually when he plays well, it means great things for the Keiser Seahawks. He has a chance to pick up a big play here for them. Again, Keiser trailing 4-1, looking to inch their way back into this ball game, or potentially do even more, as DiClemente represents the go-ahead run. That pitch outside for ball number 3. Another ball from Allison, and a run will score for the Keiser Seahawks. Count is 3-1. I would definitely expect DiClemente to lay off of this one. See if he forces Allison to throw a strike here. Allison throws another ball. DiClemente is going to make his way to first. A run is going to score for Keiser. So that's Cam Verrier making his way across home plate and scoring the run. Bases are loaded, and a guy who has earned a reputation over the years as being a thorn in Reinhardt's side, Jamonte Woods, coming up to the plate. Woods quiet so far in this game. He was walked in his first plate appearance. He flew out to center field in his second. He already has 4 home runs here in the NAIA opening round. And he pops this one up high, deep out to center field. It looks like a sac fly, and it looks like a run is going to score for Keiser. Keiser putting another run on the board by way of that sac fly from Jamonte Woods. Keiser now down just 1 run. That was Pablo Ruiz making his way across home plate. Dangerous time for Reinhardt. Hutchinson, the third baseman, now at the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far today. He was able to reach first after an error. With the bases loaded, surrendering 2 runs with a 3-run cushion can't be considered the worst thing for Reinhardt. That is, if Allison is able to secure out number 3. But Keiser, they still have a chance to add more runs to their total, potentially tie this game up, maybe even pull out in front. This one is a swing and a miss from Hutchinson in strike number 2. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Hutchinson to do so. He's behind on the count, 0-2. Allison came in during a bases-loaded gem at one point during this season. Did a nice job getting out of it. What can he do here? No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is popped up by Hutchinson. It goes over the stands and fouled off into the trees. Keiser getting back on the board with 2 runs. Right now, potentially down to their last strike of this half inning. Allison deals outside and off the plate for ball number 1. Two men on base for the Seahawks. 1 runner in scoring position. A grounder. It leaks into center field. Rounding third and headed home. Another run scoring for the Keiser Seahawks. And they just tied this one up. Simon Greenberg making his way from second to third, and from third on home. It's going to be an RBI single from Hutchinson.
Now batting number 27, Andrew Almendarez.
Behind on the count, 2 strikes on the board. Grinberg making a tremendous play, ripping a single down the middle. Keiser able to tie this one up. And it seemed like Reinhardt was well on their way to running away or flying away with this game. Keiser saying not so fast, staying in the fight, and this is what Keiser has done all year long. They've been able to overcome adversity and find themselves in the good situations. This one is lifted deep out to left field, over the wall, it's gone! A home run for the Keiser Seahawks. Almendarez, a 3-run shot. Keiser is going to take the lead 7-4 against the Reinhardt Eagles. DeClemente scoring, Hutchinson scoring, and of course Almendarez. Huge 3-run shot. This game has completely flipped on its head here in the top of the 5th inning. This is precisely why Reinhardt could not feel comfortable with a 4-1 game. They could not feel comfortable with a 3-run lead. We've seen Keiser throughout this season, throughout this week. We've seen them be able to post runs in bunches, and they've done it again. They have 6 here in the top of the 5th inning. Right now, they are in front of the 1 seed. Good job by them, and now all the pressure is on the Reinhardt Eagles. Reinhardt, they were cruising through those first 4 innings. Now, an elevated sense of urgency for them. This one has popped up. Dylan Simons, the catcher, at the plate. The most impressive thing about that whole sequence for Keiser, they were able to do this with 2 outs on the board. Hutchinson with a 2-out single as Simons pops this one up deep out to right field, and it will be corralled by Zadunik for out number 3. That retires the side, but not before Keiser goes on a scoring binge. They post 6 runs in the top of the inning, and they have pulled in front 7-4. Those of you who are just joining us, we have a good one, folks. The Reinhardt Eagles, the 1 seed in the Waleska region, facing off against the 4 seed, the Keiser Seahawks. The 4 seed right now in front, 7-4. Reinhardt was in command of this one early on. Through 3 innings, they were ahead 4-1. Keiser completely flipping the script in the top of the 5th. With 6 runs in that inning. So now the onus falls on Reinhardt to respond. We're back to the top of their batting order. Jared Burney, the 3rd baseman's at the plate. Burney's 1 for 2 so far today. He watches that one, and it's a strike. Babcock remains on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks. This one by Burney hit into center field, and it's going to be caught by Ruiz. Out number 1. Down goes Burney now coming up to the plate. The 2nd baseman, Marcerio Allen. His first at-bat was a fly out to left field. his second at bat, a fly out to left field. What will Marcerio Allen do? His third time at the plate. Keiser was able to load the bases at the top of this inning, prompting a pitching change from Coach Burton. Coach Burton inserted Alex Galvez as Allen swings and misses for strike two. He inserted Alex Galvez, and Galvez was in a bit of trouble. So then Coach Burton inserts Kobe Allison. And then Kobe Allison giving up a few runs before finally getting that third out. That pitch is outside, great eye from Allen, tremendous plate discipline. Count is now 1-2. But Keiser able to take advantage in this game. Again, more reminiscent of those first two games that Keiser played in the opening round. This one popped up high into the air by Marcerio Allen. Looks like the center fielder Ruiz is underneath it. He makes the grab for out number 2. Two quick outs on the board, and we'll see Nash Kroll, the first baseman, now at the plate for the first time since his big-time home run in his previous plate appearance. In those first two games in the NAIA opening round, Keiser started slow, and then they got the bats working later on in the game. And here, very similar. Keiser scoreless in those first two innings. They were able to sneak a run across in the third, scoreless in the fourth, but an absolute explosion in the fifth with 6 runs scored. Count is 0-1. Babcock deals. It's high for ball number 1. That home run from Andrew Almendarez, his 4th of the season. That pitch high from Nash Kroll in ball 2. Now, both dugouts very chatty, trying to cheer on their squads, lift their teams up with a little bit of motivation. 2 outs are on the board in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody on base for the Reinhardt Eagles. So we're going to see Babcock step off the mound. It's going to be a violation, says the umpire. It's going to be a ball as well. So now Kroll ahead on the count 3-1. Typically, Kroll is very aggressive at the plate. He is not shy at swinging on 3-1 counts. He does so there and clips it for foul. So now a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A strike retires the side. A ball keeps the inning alive. The pitch inside for ball number 4, and Kroll is going to make a stroll to first base. So Nash Kroll at first, Tucker Zadunik coming up to the plate. Zadunik, his last plate appearance was a single. He's 1 for 2 so far today. That pitch high and near the head of Zadunik. He was thankfully able to get out the way of that one. The count is now 1-0. A strike. One ball, 1 strike. Babcock trying to retire the side and get out of this inning. Zadunik thought about swinging at that one. Did he? No, he did not, says the umpire. It's going to be ball 2. So Babcock came in. The Reinhardt Eagles had a ton of momentum at the plate. He's done a nice job of icing them out and slowing them down. And Zadunik pops this one up. It's going to go high and over the net and foul. Count 2-2. The pitch, low and into the dirt. It gets past Simons. He was looking around for it. He couldn't find it. Kroll made his way to second, thought about making his way to third, decides to just stay put at second base. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tucker Zadunik will ready himself. The former All-American, a 3-time All-Conference selection. The pitch. Zadunik hits this one. It drops into right field. Kroll rounding third. Kroll headed home. He will get there, and Zadunik also safe at second. RBI double from Tucker Zadunik, and Reinhardt gets back on the board. Zadunik getting Kroll home with that double. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. It appears that Coach Fordyce is going to go in a different direction once again. So no more Babcock. He is done for the day. He performed well in his few innings of work. Gives up that RBI double. Keiser fighting for their season, fighting for their lives here in this game. So you see that the trigger is going to be quick for them today. It's a new man on the mound, Damian Wallace. Wallace making his 17th appearance of the season, his 11th in relief. Wallace comes into this game with 2 games that went to decision. He's 1-1 in those contests. He's pitched in a little bit over 27 innings and sports a 5.86 ERA.
University, number 1, Damian Wallace.
So now Wallace enters the game. A man is in scoring position. Zadunik is at second. There are 2 outs on the board, so all he has to be able to do is get one last out for his group to retire the side and end the inning. Meanwhile, Reinhardt trying to get themselves back into the ball game. They now trail by just 2 runs. Keiser rang up 6 in the top of this inning. Eagles eating away at that deficit a little bit with that RBI double from Tucker Zadunik. And now we're seeing Williams warm up as he prepares to ready himself. Keiser Seahawks entered the fray as the 4 seed. But in that game against Reinhardt, they were trailing 5-0 after 7. Then they scored 4 runs late in that game to really push the number 1 seed. You can tell at that moment that Keiser was going to be a tough out for the remainder of the week. They were able to survive a game against Jessup down 10-7 going into the 8th, scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to win that game. And then they dominated the 3 seed, the Point Park Pioneers, earlier today with a 15-4 win. Right now, Keiser ahead 7-5 against Reinhardt. Dylan Lewis at the plate, and he represents the tying run. Lewis has a double from earlier today. His last plate appearance resulted in a grounder. Grounded into a double play. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a great pitch from Williams, but it will be called ball number 2. That pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 3. Count is now 3-1. We'll see what Lewis does here. He's generally pretty patient with his approach. Likely won't swing unless he deems it a pitch he can't refuse. That pitch, a strike from Williams. He just watches that one. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A strike retires the side. A ball keeps the inning alive. What will happen here? Williams deals. Lewis hits this one, and it takes an awkward bounce. It rolls into left field. Zadunik rounding third, headed home. Tucker Zadunik is going to score. RBI double from Dylan Lewis. Eagles now trailing by just 1 run. Outfielder Adrian Vargas coming up to the plate. Vargas was walked in his previous plate appearance. His first plate appearance of the day resulted in a single. There is a man in scoring position for the Eagles. Dylan Lewis, he's at second. This one popped up by Adrian Vargas and foul. That pitch a bit inside. Ball number 1. That one also off the plate, ball 2. Count is 2-1. Williams deals. Vargas watches it for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs on the board. A runner in scoring position at second base. It's Dylan Lewis by way of that RBI double. Williams trying to get out of this inning. Vargas, a grounder, and it's going to go foul over near the Keiser dugout and rolling near the Keiser bullpen. Keiser posted 6 runs in the top of the inning. Reinhardt able to respond with a few runs of their own. A grounder, it goes right to Williams. He makes the throw to Woods at first in time, retiring the side and ending the inning. We got a good one, folks. The 4 seed, Keiser, ahead against the 1 seed, Reinhardt. 7 runs to 6.
107.
NAIA opening round action. The situation, the Reinhardt Eagles in need of just 1 win to advance to the NAIA World Series. If Keiser wins, they will live to fight another day and make the if game necessary for tomorrow. Right now, the Seahawks ahead, 7 runs to 6. Cam Verrier, the second baseman, at the plate. And a new pitcher in the game for the Reinhardt Eagles as Kobe Allison's day is done. And now on the mound for Reinhardt, number 27, Hunter Paulson. Paulson, a 9.6 ERA. This one popped up by Verrier in the left field. A few Eagles surrounding it. It's going to go foul. So that one going foul. Counts now 1-2. Verrier's going to make his way back into the batter's box. Paulson, 9.6 ERA, a 5-0 record. This will be his 17th appearance of the season. He's his 14th in relief, and he's pitched in 30 innings thus far. Did Verrier go? The umpire says no. Counts 2-2. Paulson, he's experienced highs and lows throughout this year. Had his moments this year. He's had times where he's looked almost untouchable. And then a few not so great moments as well. Reinhardt fans hoping to see the best version of Paulson in this game. This one hit by Verrier goes away from Kroll. Kroll can't come down with it, and Verrier's going to be safe at first. The leadoff double. And that was the recipe for success for Keiser in their victory against Point Park. Routinely, they were able to get their leadoff man on base. So right there, doing just that, getting Cam Verrier on. Back to the top of the batting order we go from Keiser. Seth Lucero at the plate. Lucero 0 for 3 so far today. Lucero coming into today with a .338 batting average, 75 hits on the season. You have to figure that he's due to make something happen at the plate for the Seahawks sooner rather than later. Paulson's pitch high for ball number 2. That pitch, a strike. Verrier's at first. Throughout this year, he hasn't really been seen as much of a threat to steal, as this one is clipped off and foul. Verrier with 3 stolen bases on the season. Of course, this is definitely the time of the year where trends can be bucked, and expect the unexpected, definitely. With that being said, we'll see. Paulson hasn't made any check-ins at first. Will Verrier try to take advantage? Paulson trying to focus on the task at hand. The pitch, a grounder. It's 4-6-3. Double play for the Reinhardt Eagles. That was big for the Eagles. They get 2 outs on the board. Pablo Ruiz now coming up to the plate. Ruiz, 1 for 2 so far today. His last plate appearance resulted in a walk. He flew out to right field in his first and had a single in his second. That pitch is low for ball number 1. Paulson's come in and he's had a nice start to his outing so far. 2 consecutive balls thrown from Paulson, in need of just 1 more out to hold this Keiser lineup at bay here in the 6th inning. The pitch is popped up by Ruiz, and it will be a dropper, a blooper. It drops into center field, right in front of Reinhardt's new center fielder, number 15, Lance Dockery. Dockery thought it was going to carry a little bit more, but it drops right in front of him. Ruiz gets his second hit of the ball game. Simon Grinberg now at the plate. 0 for 2 so far. His last plate appearance resulted in a walk. He was able to score a run earlier in this game. DH coming into this game batting .339. He's been relatively quiet in this game. Swing and miss there for strike number 2. So Paulson 1 strike away from retiring the side. Keiser trying to keep their momentum going, trying to score some insurance runs. Ahead by 1. We're going to see Ruiz run. He's making his way to second. This one popped up deep out to center field. Lance Dockery makes the grab. That retires the Seahawks. Grittenberg flying out to center field. Paulson able to secure out number 3. Going into the bottom of the 6th. Reinhardt trailing 7 runs to 6.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
So Hunter Paulson comes in and helps the Eagles secure 3 outs in the top of the 6th. Reinhardt trailing by a run. They're going to try to get themselves back into this game, maybe square this game up or potentially take the lead. And that's going to be a strike, but not a strike down the plate, a strike in the back. Luis Mendoza eats that one. He's going to make his way to first. And there has been another pitching change on the mound for the Keiser Seahawks. Now in the game, number 33, Chuck Fishbaugh. Fishbaugh, a 4.41 ERA. This will be his 33rd appearance of the season, each of them coming in relief. Fishbaugh confounded the Eagles in his first outing here in the NAIA opening round. He has a very unique sidearm delivery, one that Reinhardt definitely struggled with earlier in this opening round week. That pitch from Fishbaugh is low for ball number 1. At the plate for Reinhardt, the catcher, Matty Maurer. Maurer 0 for 1 so far. He was walked in his last plate appearance. And the Eagles opting for a pinch runner for Luis Mendoza. It's going to be number 31, Sam Kilgore. Kilgore, one of the faster base runners on the team. The count is 1-1. Maurer was showing bunt there. Count's now 1-2. Firmly behind on the count right now is Maurer. Eagles in need of a run to tie this game up. Maurer hits this one, and it's going to be for... No, it will not. It will go outside of the glove of the shortstop. Almendarez couldn't corral that one. It was a tremendous play in the field by Verrier, but Almendarez not able to squeeze it. Kilgore safe at second. Maurer safe at first.
He's running the first with a 5. William Underwood.
So for the first time today, we'll see Lance Dockery. He comes in. He was the substitute for Jamel Rookert in center field. Dockery laying down the bunt there. Well-laid bunt. Dockery's going to be out at first, but runners will advance. 2 runners in scoring position for the Reinhardt Eagles. Two runners in scoring position, just 1 out on the board. And back to the top of the Reinhardt batting order. Number 10, Jared Burney at the plate. Burney flew out to center field in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3 so far today. Fishball throws a strike. Two men on base in scoring position. Pinch runner in the game for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 5, Will Underwood. This one popped up deep out to right field. It will be corralled, but Sam Kilgore is going to score. 1 run scoring for the Reinhardt Eagles after that sac fly from Jared Burney. It is now 7-7. We are all square once again here in Waleska.
And at number 2, Jacob Crawford.
So Kilgore scoring the run. And we'll see Jacob Prophet. Jacob Prophet was in as a pinch runner earlier. Now he's batting. He's the replacement at second base for Marcerio Allen. Prophet swings and misses for strike number 2. This one a grounder. Fishball makes the play and makes the throw to first to retire the side and end the inning. We have an instant classic through 6, folks. Right now, Reinhardt and Keiser all tied up at 7 runs apiece.
Off top of the 7th inning for Keiser University.
We're now in the championship rounds of this one. The 7th inning. Reinhardt 7, Keiser 7. Eagles 1 win away from an NAIA World Series appearance. Keiser fighting to keep their dream alive. Paulson remains on the mound for the Eagles. Kenny DiClemente now at the plate for the Seahawks. DiClemente, he walked in his last plate appearance, 0 for 2 so far today. Good pitch from Paulson in strike number 1. It's been back and forth. This one clipped, and it's going to bounce off of the body of Matty Maurer. He's going to be able to shake that one off, and he's been banged up a few times throughout this season. Normally just flexes whatever muscle he needs to flex and goes back to his post, and that's what he does here. That pitch, Paulson losing a little bit of control there and hitting DiClemente in the back.
How about number 5, Javante Woods.
DiClemente advancing after being hit by that pitch. Coming up to the plate, the first baseman, Javante Woods. Woods is 0 for 2 so far today. He does have an RBI, which came in the form of a sac fly. Strike from Paulson. These are 2 teams that have a ton of experience playing in close contests. They played in a close contest against each other earlier this week. Both very battle-tested groups. Woods has been sensational in the NAIA opening round as he hits this one into the net and foul. He's had multiple hits in all 3 games, 4 home runs over the course of this week. The former Point Skyhawk making his presence felt in Appalachian Athletic Conference country once again. Swing and miss. Strike 3.
Now batting number 12, Palmer Hutchinson.
One out on the board here in the top of the 7th inning. Hutchinson, third baseman, now at the plate. Hutchinson's 1 for 3 so far in this game. His last at-bat was a single. He flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. His second plate appearance, he was able to reach first due to an error from the shortstop, Luis Mendoza. This is popped up by Hutchinson. Luis Mendoza's tracking it. Now Jared Burney is saying, I got it. And Jared Burney's going to be the one that corrals it. Third baseman making that play in the infield.
Number 27, Andrew Almendarez.
Andrew Almendarez, the shortstop, back at the plate for the first time since his home run. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Singled earlier in the game. A chopper, and it will bounce. Leaks in the right field. Base runner headed to third. Now runners at the corners for the Keiser Seahawks. Runners at the corners for Keiser. That's Kenny DiClemente showing off the wheels, getting himself in a very threatening position. And we'll have Dylan Simons, the catcher, at the plate. There are 2 outs on the board, but with a base runner at third, Keiser a chance to pull back in front. This one clipped and fouled by Simons into the net. It has been a seesaw affair to this point. Neither team giving up an inch so far. That pitch from Paulson low for ball number 1. A strike from Hunter Paulson. The count's now 1-2. Simons didn't really agree with that when he's talking to the umpire about it. Nonetheless, strike number 2 all the same. Paulson looking to retire the side. A base hit from Simons and a run will score for Keiser. This pitch off the plate for ball number 2. Seahawks representing the Sun Conference. Trying to fight their way to the NAIA World Series. That pitch is low for ball number 3. Much to the dismay of the Reinhardt faithful, they're letting their feelings be known. They were ready to cheer. They were starting to get on their feet and jump up and down. Umpire says not so fast, not until this full count commences. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A strike retires the side. A ball will allow Simons to make his way to first. He hits this one, lifts it in the left center field. 1 run is going to score. DiClemente scoring for the Keiser Seahawks after that RBI single from Dylan Simons. Kenny DiClemente scored after the single from Simons. The Seahawks now ahead 8-7.
Number 3,
And Coach Burton did not agree with the previous pitch not being called a strike. It kept the at-bat alive. Simons was able to take advantage, nodding the RBI and helping the Seahawks pull back in front in this NAIA opening round championship. Paulson deals, swing and miss. Cam Verrier not able to get anything there. Strike number one. Verrier is 2 for 3 so far today. Has a single and a double. Seahawks now with 9 hits in this game. Verrier pops this one up. It's going to go over the net and foul. Similar situation to the one that we saw in the previous at-bat. Paulson finding a way to get ahead on the count 1 and 2. Can he close the deal here? The pitch. Strike number 3. Down goes Verrier. That retires the Seahawks. Keiser scoring a run. They now lead. Back and forth we go. Seahawks ahead, 8-7. We're now in the bottom of the 7th inning. The top-seeded Reinhardt Eagles on the ropes here in Waleska, Georgia. The Keiser Seahawks ahead, 8-7. Nash Kroll at the plate for Reinhardt. Kroll is 2 for 2 so far today. Has a single as well as a home run. He was walked in his previous plate appearance. Fishball remains on the mound for Keiser. Seahawks have fought and battled all season long. Swing and miss by Kroll in strike 2. Counts now 1 and 2. Swing and miss by Nash Kroll in strike 3. Fishball able to ring up Nash Kroll. Down goes Kroll, now coming up to the plate for Reinhardt. Tucker Zadunik, the outfielder. Fishball able to get his first strikeout of the game. Zadunik fouls this one off over the stands. And again, Fishball was very successful against the Reinhardt Eagles when he played against them earlier this week. That pitch outside for ball number 1. Has that unique sidearm delivery. It confounded Reinhardt in this game. What will happen here? A grounder. It's retrieved. The throw to first will be made in time to Jamonte Woods for out number 2. Kroll striking out. Zadunik grounding out. What will be the fate of the designated hitter, Dylan Lewis? Lewis 2 for 3 so far in this game. 2 doubles. He grounded into a double play as well. All right, now Fishball appears to be cooking with gas on the mound for the Seahawks. He's settled in and gets the strike there. Lewis hits this one, going off the wall in the right field. Lewis rounding first. He's going to make his way to second, and he is safe after the slide. Dylan Lewis, another double. He's now 3 for 4 on the day. Lewis with his 3rd double of the game. Bringing up Adrian Vargas. Vargas 1 for 2 so far today in his 3 plate appearances. a single, a walk, and a ground out. Vargas pops this one up in the left field, and it goes foul. So a 2-out double from Dylan Lewis. It can all be for naught if Fishball is able to secure this final out and retire the side. That pitch a bit off the plate for ball number 1. Clipped by Vargas and fouled off. Count now 1-2. This one hit by Vargas. It's going to drop into center field. Lewis rounding third. Lewis is headed home. Dylan Lewis is safe. He's safe. The ball is still alive. Vargas heading to second. An RBI double from Adrian Vargas. Reinhardt ties this game at 8 runs apiece. Vargas, his second hit of the ball game. This one driving in a run. Now at the plate for the Eagles, it's going to be the shortstop, Luis Mendoza. Luis Mendoza, again, he's gained a reputation as being one of the more clutch bats on the team. Can make a case that he's one of the more clutch bats in the entire country. 2 outs on the board. Fishball needs just one more out to retire the side and end the inning. And that pitch hits Mendoza. It might have hit him in his lower extremities. That's the second time that Fishball has hit Mendoza with a pitch. Scary sight there. And we're going to step away as he gets tended to. So Luis Mendoza seems to be okay. He was tended to by the trainers. It appears that he's going to stay in the game. He's at first, and never want to see any of these guys get hurt, especially at this point in the season. They work so hard to put themselves in a position to compete for a spot in the World Series. So thankfully Mendoza's okay. It's now going to be Matty Maurer coming up to the batter's box. Fishball will remain in the game. Coach Fordyce wanted to have a conversation with him before this at-bat. There are 2 outs on the board. Fishball did a tremendous job against Reinhardt in the first game of the NAIA opening round for the Seahawks. Right now, Reinhardt settling into a rhythm at the plate against Fishball. Last plate appearance from Maurer, he was able to reach by way of an error from the shortstop Verrier. Shortstop Almendarez actually for the Keiser Seahawks. He's 0 for 2 on the day, looking for his first hit. 2 runners on base. This one hit by Maurer. It drops in the shallow center. Vargas rounding third. Vargas headed home. Adrian Vargas is safe. He is safe. RBI single from Matty Maurer. The Reinhardt Eagles pull back in front. They're ahead 9-8. First hit of the game for Matty Maurer, and for Eagles fans, it couldn't have come at a better time. Reinhardt pulling back in front. This has become a game of anything you can do, I can do better. We will see who comes out on top of it. Dockery at the plate, 0 for 1 so far, grounded out in his first at-bat. Dockery, another one of the swing players in this game, somebody who doesn't have the best batting average at this point in the season. Right now batting .219, but hit for well over 300 last year. Turned himself into somebody that Coach Burton can trust in big-time situations. He has 9 home runs on the year, plenty of clutch hits as well. He walked things off for Reinhardt earlier this season in their game against Tennessee Southern. Dockery pops this one up over the net and foul. Dockery has earned a level of trust from Coach Burton because of the work that he's put in to turn himself into a dependable bat. Can he step up here for Reinhardt? 2 men on board. Hit by Dockery, and it will go just on the wrong side of the line and foul. Dockery was trying to hit that one into the corner. Pulled it just a little bit too far left. Count is 1-2. Fishball not having the same success he had against the Eagles in the first game in this matchup. The pitch. Hit by Dockery. It careens into right field. Mendoza making his way home, and he is going to score. That ball gets past the catcher. Dockery's at second. It's going to be Underwood, the pinch runner, at third. An RBI double for Lance Dockery. Reinhardt will keep the inning going, and they are making a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dockery stepping up. Mendoza is able to score. Eagles ahead 10 runs to 8, and Chuck Fishball's day is done. Coach Fordyce is going to pull the plug on Fishball and go in a different direction. Fishball was so successful against the Reinhardt Eagles in that first game. Was not able to replicate that success this time, forcing Keiser to make a change. The Keiser Seahawks pulled out in front of Reinhardt by way of a massive 6-run inning in the 5th. Eagles able to respond now. 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They have taken a 2-run lead. As we'll have another pitching change here for the Keiser Seahawks, and it's going to be number 18, Tanner Goswick. Goswick, an ERA of .338. This will be his 24th appearance of the season. He does have 6 saves on the year. He's pitched in 40 innings. Surrendered 35 hits and 15 earned runs total. Goswick appeared earlier this season as well, earlier this week, rather, for the Keiser Seahawks. So this will be his 2nd appearance in the NAIA opening round. We're going to see if Goswick can help Reinhardt, help Keiser in this inning. The Eagles in the midst of a 2-out rally. Seahawks pulled out in front. Reinhardt scored 2 runs there in the bottom of the 5th inning to kind of close the gap a little bit between themselves and the Seahawks. The Seahawks tacking on another run to their total in the top of the 7th. But Reinhardt, a rally, 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 1 seed pulling back in front, 10 runs to 8. And we're back to the top of the batting order for the Reinhardt Eagles. Jared Burney entering into the batter's box. Burney is 1 for 4 so far today. Thought about swinging there, thinks better of it, pulls back. There are 2 men on for the Eagles, 2 runners in scoring position. Dockery at second, Will Underwood, who came in as a pinch runner, at third. And this is Hammered by Bernie. It's going far. It's going deep. It's over the wall out in left field. It is gone. Home run shot from Jared Bernie. Reinhardt adds 3 more runs to their total. A furious rally from the Reinhardt Eagles. They're now in front, 13-8.
Batting number 2, Jacob Profit.
Eagles matching that 6-run rally that Keiser had in the 5th with 6 runs of their own here in the bottom of the 7th. That is absolutely massive for the Reinhardt Eagles. Responding, backs against the wall. Reinhardt just 1 win away from punching their ticket to Lewiston. Profit pops this one up deep out to left field, and it's going to go foul. Profit, not a guy that's typically known for his power. He tried to get a lot of that one. That pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 3. Counts 3-1. Goswick's pitch, strike 2. A full count here. A ball and Profit will make his way to first. A strike will end the inning. Profit rips one in the left field, and he's rounding first. He's headed to second. Well, on second thought, he will remain at first. Profit with a single. Keiser right now on the wrong side of an Eagle avalanche. Nash Kroll back at the plate. Kroll's 2 for 3 so far today. His last plate appearance resulted in a strikeout. And there have been multiple times throughout this year where Reinhardt is in the midst of a rally and Nash Kroll punctuates it with a big-time hit. We'll see if that happens here. Goswick hoping to have other plans as he checks in with Profit at first. Jacob Profit, one of the very best base runners in the entire country. Someone that you have to make sure that you're aware of. You saw there, Kroll thought about swinging at that one, lays off of it. Instead, it goes for strike 1. Still in the bottom of the 7th. Reinhardt ahead, 13-8. Back and forth, back and forth. The momentum swings have been wild in this one. The Eagles, a tremendous offensive performance so far. Kroll grounds this one. It will be corralled. The throw will be made in time the first, retiring the side and ending the inning. But an Eagle avalanche in the bottom of the 7th. Reinhardt pulls back in front, 13-8. Entering the 8th inning, and this game has completely flipped on its head. I feel like I've said that phrase on a few separate occasions, but that's how wild this game has been, folks. Keiser, they had a furious inning in the 5th, posting 6 runs. Reinhardt posting 6 runs of their own in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that leads us to where we are now. 13-8. The 1 seed, the Reinhardt Eagles, trying to punch their ticket to the NAIA World Series. Their first NAIA World Series appearance since 2018 is well within their grasp. Meanwhile, the Keiser Seahawks trying to make their third ever NAIA World Series appearance. We'll see what happens here. It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Reinhardt Eagles. Brett Allen striking out Seth Lucero. Brett Allen, his first strikeout of the game, and Allen has been one of the best relievers in the country. This will be his 28th appearance, his 26th in relief, sporting a 2.68 ERA, a 5-1 record. Brett Allen has been sensational, earning first-team all-conference honors. So now it's Pablo Ruiz at the plate. Ruiz 3 for 4 on the day. Two consecutive strikes thrown from Brett Allen. Brett Allen, the native of Newcastle, Australia. Someone that Coach Burton routinely trusts in situations like these. That pitch a bit outside and off the plate for ball number 1. Keiser, just 5 outs left to try to get themselves back into this game. Brett Allen with the pitch, swing and miss by Ruiz in strike number 3. The Reinhardt faithful definitely letting Allen hear the support.
You look good. That is the 34, Simon Grimberg.
Allen comes right in out of the pen and throws 2 Ks. It's now Simon Grinberg, the DH. That pitch goes past Matty Mauer. Goes for ball number 1. Grinberg is 0 for 3 in this game. His last plate appearance, he flew out to center field. He swings and misses there for strike number 1. That pitch a bit high in ball number 2. Popped up by Grimberg, deep out to right field. It's going back. Zadunik's under it. He will corral it for out number 3. So we're all set to change sides. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Reinhardt currently in control, 13-8.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
The score, Reinhardt 13, Keiser 8. Eagles out in front. Seahawks desperately need to try to hold Reinhardt at bay here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tucker Zadunik is back at the plate for Reinhardt. He's 2 for 4 so far today. His last plate appearance resulted in a ground out. So what does he have in store here? This pitch bounces off the turf into the dirt for ball number 1. And another pitching change has been made for Keiser. This is number 46, Logan Butler. Butler making his 11th appearance of the year. Zadunik lifts this one deep out to right field on the wrong side of the pole and foul. Logan Butler making his 11th appearance of the season, his 10th in relief. ERA of 9. He's pitched in 20 innings so far this season. This will probably be the biggest inning that he will pitch in this season unless Keiser is able to find a way to get to the NAIA World Series. Seahawks are behind right now. Again, they desperately need to hold Reinhardt at bay here in the bottom of the 8th. Popped up by Zadunik, and it's going to go foul.
Jackson.
A grounder. It's going to be retrieved by Verrier. He makes the throw to Woods at first for out number 1. Cam Verrier, the second baseman, did a nice job of corralling that one and made a nice throw to Jamonte Woods over at first for out number 1. Coming up to the plate now for the Reinhardt Eagles, the designated hitter, Dylan Lewis. Lewis is 3 for 4 so far today. All 3 of his hits have been doubles.
You can want that anyway, bud.
Counts 0-1. Lewis hits this one, makes its way into left field. Lewis has been on fire today. That's his 4th hit of the ball game.
You're the man, Adrian.
So he stays hot. Adrian Vargas now coming up to the plate. Vargas 2 for 3 on the day. His last plate appearance resulted in a double. Also had a single from earlier in the game. Eagles with 16 hits as a group. Reinhardt, 9 different players have recorded a hit in this game. Logan Butler on the mound. He deals. Popped up by Vargas, and it's going to go foul over the net. Now, as much as Keiser needs to be able to stop Reinhardt from creating any more damage, the Eagles, of course, want to be able to add more runs to their total. Again, we know how Keiser is able to be very dangerous, especially late in games. They can score runs in a hurry. Swing and a miss from Vargas and strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Butler. But we know just how dangerous Keiser can be, especially late in games. They showed that in their win against Jessup. They scored 6 runs in the 8th inning alone to save their season and stave off elimination. Reinhardt definitely wants to try to tack on a few more runs for insurance. We'll see if they can do so. Luis Mendoza's at the plate. He's 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in 2 consecutive at-bats. Mendoza hits this one, and it will drop into left field. A single for Luis Mendoza, his 2nd hit of the ball game. The inning will continue. Reinhardt will have a chance to add another run to their total. Now 17 hits for the Eagles in this game. The catcher, Matty Maurer, coming up to the plate. Maurer 1 for 3 today. His last plate appearance, a single. 2 runners on base for the Eagles. Mendoza at first, Lewis at second. Swing and a miss by Matty Maurer, and strike number 1. Reinhardt looking to punch their ticket to Lewiston in the NAIA World Series. Another swing and miss by Matty Maurer for strike 2. An update out of the Shreveport bracket. LSU Shreveport ahead of Talladega. 10 runs to 5. Late in that one. The winner of that game will make their way to the opening round championship out of that Shreveport bracket. Of course, LSU Shreveport, the home team. Maurer thought about swinging, thinks better of it, watches it fall for ball number 1. That one a bit high in ball number 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on the board. 2 men on base. That pitch is high for ball number 3. Great plate discipline by Matty Maurer. He fights his way into a full count. Strike retires the side. A ball keeps the inning alive. Maurer watches that one. It drops for ball number 4. The bases now loaded for the Reinhardt Eagles. And Lance Dockery coming up to the plate. Dockery's 1 for 2 on the day.
Get it back, Matty.
Again, a swing player for the Reinhardt Eagles. Somebody that, when he's able to play well at the plate, it has a really positive ripple effect for Reinhardt. And you saw that there with an RBI double that came in the midst of that rally. Dockery swings and misses for strike 1. He's someone, again, that Coach Burton trusts in big-time moments. He was able to prove Coach Burton right with that RBI double. We'll see, does Dockery have an encore in him? Eagles have the bases loaded. A chance to add some more runs to their total and pad their lead. Dockery thought about swinging at that one. Thinks better of it. Ball number 2. Will Underwood back in as a pinch runner. He's at first. He steps in for Matty Maurer. Another ball thrown from Butler. Count is now 3-1. Another ball and Reinhardt will score an insurance run. Swing and miss by Lance Dockery. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This one hit by Dockery, rips it into left center field. Dylan Lewis is going to score. Luis Mendoza, he's making his way to home plate as well. 2 runs scoring for the Eagles. Lance Dockery stepping up. 2 RBI double. He's 2 for 3 on the day.
2 RBI, Lance Dockery.
The swing player coming through for the Reinhardt Eagles. He's earned a ton of trust from Coach Burton, and right there proving Coach Burton right. Dockery, his 2nd hit of the ball game. Swing and miss as we make our way back to the top of the Reinhardt order with Jared Burney. First time Burney's been back at the plate since his home run during that 6-run rally in the 7th. Eagles ahead 15-8 against the Keiser Seahawks. Reinhardt 1 inning away from potentially making their first NAIA World Series appearance since 2018. Keiser trying to stave off elimination and live to fight another day. This is popped up by Jared Burney high into the air. The center fielder Ruiz is underneath it, and he will make the grab for out number 3. That retires the side. Keiser down to their last 3 outs. Do they have another miracle left in them? Or will the 1 seed survive, advance, and move on? We'll find out going into the 9th inning.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television. Make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
Keiser is down to their last 3 outs. The Seahawks trying to fight, trying to do what they've done all season long. The Seahawks have had an entire season of overcoming adversity, as we'll see the swing and a miss there from Kenny DiClemente. They started the year so hot. They were 14-2. They found bumps in the road at the midway point. Suffered through a difficult conference schedule. They went 9-15 in conference play. They went into the conference tournament in need of a few wins, in need of a strong performance to fight their way to the NAIA opening round. They did just that. Keiser was against the ropes yesterday against Jessup. Down to just 6 outs, entering the 8th inning, trailing 10-7. They were able to put up 6 runs to stave off elimination and survive. Now their backs firmly against the wall here in the 9th inning. 15-8 Reinhardt. This is popped up by DiClemente deep out to left field. Adrian Vargas makes the grab. That's out number 1. Eagles 2 outs away from the NAIA World Series.
You look good. You look good. Now batting number 5.
Coming up to the plate, Jamonte Woods, the former Point Skyhawk. Someone who has given Reinhardt fits throughout his career. This one popped up over the net and foul. Brett Allen remaining on the mound. He came right in for Reinhardt out of the pen and delivered 2 consecutive strikeouts. Allen has been one of the best relievers in the entire country this year. Right there, a strike from Allen has Woods behind on the count, 0-2. Woods has not recorded a hit in this game. That pitch outside and off the plate for ball number 1. He walked in his first plate appearance, flew out to center earlier as well. Woods thought about swinging at that one, but thinks better of it. He does have an RBI after the sac fly that occurred earlier in this game. Struck out swinging in his last plate appearance. The pitch from Allen popped up and fouled off. Clipped by Woods. Fouled off, staying alive yet again. You can cut the tension with a knife here at Ken White Field. Keiser trying to survive. Reinhardt trying to move on. Allen with the pitch. This one is clipped. It's in the infield. Allen gets it, makes the throw to first. Was Kroll able to stay on the bag? Yes, he was. That is out number 2. Woods grounding out to first. Eagles just 1 out away from punching their ticket to Lewiston. Hutchinson, the third baseman, at the plate for the Keiser Seahawks. Hutchinson is 1 for 3 on the day. Allen with the pitch. Off the plate for ball number 1. Hutchinson flew out in his last plate appearance. This is clipped by Hutchinson and fouled off. Count is now 1-1. Brett Allen deals outside and off the plate for ball number 2. Counts 2-1. Popped up by Hutchinson. It's going. It appears to be Jacob Prophet underneath it. He corrals it. That is out number 3. And the Reinhardt Eagles are going back to the NAIA World Series for the first time since 2018. And we see the celebration commencing on the mound. You guys deserve to celebrate, Reinhardt. They are punching their ticket to Lewiston. The 1 seed, the home team, will move on. What a season from the Reinhardt Eagles, and it will continue in the NAIA World Series. Reinhardt wins 15-8 over the Keiser Seahawks. And I would be remiss if I didn't congratulate the Keiser Seahawks on a tremendous season. They battled through adversity all year long, fought their way into the NAIA opening round championship, but they come up just short. The Reinhardt Eagles, the host institution, the number 1 seed, their 41st victory of the season, and it's the sweetest one of all thus far. Eagles are moving on to the World Series, establishing themselves as one of the very best teams in the country. What a victory for the Reinhardt Eagles. Coach Burton's squad. First World Series appearance for him as the head coach of this team. And you can see the celebration, all of the emotions, everybody so excited. They worked so hard all year long to get themselves into this position, and they are headed to the World Series. So this will be the end of the road for me, Lorenzo Robinson, signing off. The final score, Reinhardt 15, Keiser 8. Thoroughly enjoyed being able to follow this team all season long. And we'll see what they can do in the World Series.
Join SESN for an unmatched sports experience. Dive into the world of game highlights, real-time updates, and electrifying coverage. With SESN, you're not just watching sports, you're living them. Be the first to know, the first to see, and the first to share every big moment. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Welcome to SESN, your ticket to the front row of the sports world, covering local, regional, and national events. We bring the game to you. Feel the excitement of every play, every score, every victory. Get your seat, get on air, and immerse yourself in the heart-pounding action. The Southeast Sports Network, where sports come to life.
At Schrei Media, we believe in the power of connection, promoting your brand while supporting your community. Our goal is to elevate your presence and amplify your message through local sports. With Schrei Media, advertising goes beyond traditional boundaries. Get on television, make an impact. Take the first step towards a future where your brand is not just seen, but celebrated.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Schrei Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Schrei Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.